And Mr. Wanigasekera, what is the core message of Lord Buddha, and has it been communicated effectively is our next question.
Right. The core message in a nutshell can be presented in this what we call Trilakshana, and that is the Anichcha Dukka Anaththa, and that's the law of impermanence, and Dukkha is suffering, and the third one is the no-self theory. So as far as the message is concerned, you will see it's such a simple message. Anyone can understand the law of impermanence and dukkha and so on. But to answer the question whether it is communicated effectively is certainly a question, because if you look at Sri Lanka being a Buddhist country, I'm not trying to be critical or anything, but the indicators are not all that encouraging indicators. The level of poverty or the crime rate or the consumption of liquor or whatever. One wonders whether people are really getting the message. And I was told last week that some years ago we used to be number one in the rate of suicide. And it came down because there was a lot of counseling and the government took some action, and it came down to 70. And now we have gone back to the 7th place, it says. So it's not all that rosy as you can see. So that's the mundane thing. And then we also don't have many people saying that, yes, we have understood this message. And that's why you continuously seek. If you look at most of the Buddhists, I'm not saying it's wrong or anything, but you are a seeker. You are a seeker forever. Until you die, you are seeking. So there seems to be something wrong somewhere, when how this message is communicated. So probably I would say I would attribute this to the culture, because the Sri Lankan, probably the culture does not warrant you to argue and get into a debate and question. It's a guru-shishya kind of relationship. Whatever the teacher says, you nod your head. So that may be one reason. And the other reason is that this is something that you need to understand within yourself. It's not knowledge. It has nothing to do with knowledge, because even during Lord Buddha's time, as per the scriptures, some of those people like Rajumala, Kujjuttara, Sunita, Sopaka, they haven't had any education, but when they met Buddha, they understood what he was trying to say. And so it has nothing to do with the knowledge. It is the ability to analyze within your own experience to see how real is this story and whom you think you are. So that's, I think, is the reason why I say that there seems to be a problem why it is not communicated effectively, because it's more traditional, if not realistic or ritualistic, because you indulge yourself in so many rituals, and as a result the core message that I said, Anichcha Dukka Anaththa, gets somewhat submerged. And that's why I believe there is a need to find ways and means of communicating this message more effectively.
How can we do that?
Well, the approach to this, most of the spiritual leaders, there is one problem, because everyone, when they present their version, you are expecting the audience to believe you. I think it should be the other way around. When you are presenting something, you leave some kind of a provision in the audience. You do your own analysis. There is a difference. You place them in such a situation where they need to investigate. I think that's how this spirituality works.
And that's how even Lord Buddha has said, don't believe because someone says, analyze for yourself and then believe. So it's
Lord Buddha went beyond that. He said, ma takka hetu ma nyaya hetu. He said even the debate is not going to help you. Even the formulas is not going to help you. So it's beyond all this.
It's very deep.
It's very deep.
I would say it's subtle than deep. When you say deep, that means you have to understand, learn, and start gathering knowledge. But when it is subtle, it's like a magician. If you know how the magician does it, you're done.